Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to continue on in the full walkthrough in the Crew 2. Now we are in part 49 ever since from part 48 on the last video, since we have participated for having stage 3 of the US Speed Tour East from Miami, Florida to Dallas, Texas, plus a special to be racing at the Rallycross track. Ever since I have been participating to have 2 street race, 1 hypercar event to be located here onto the south. But good thing, taking a lot of hard time for doing epic moments to do the participation in the live summit. But right now, this one might have to take today's part in part 49. We'll be going in for having a participation to be at the Gator Rush. Mostly to have an introduction event to be driving with the Hovercraft Disciplines. Looks like this is going to be my first time ever to try it out. This is going to be much more fun to drive, to be set sail to be on the water, and grind around to be on the land. Mostly Tugatuck Morgan is here, but the Freestyle Queen, Sofia, is now ready to join in session for having a most fun time moment to have a very good first ever event to have a hovercraft will be eligible, will be participate. After all, because one hovercraft in the game before adding up to have more types of different manufacturer brand made by Proto. So I bet this is going to be quite good to try it out. It's going to be so very awesome to enjoy.
Credit where it's due, Wade had a good idea. A hovercraft event series out in the bayou. I even like his name, Gator Rush. For me, it's the best way to experience. It's hovercrafting at its purest. I heard he got the craft from some freestyle bigwig, Sofia. Know her? She'll be our special guest. But I'm still the one to beat.
Cool. Looks like Sofia is now ready to join the fun. Talk about having a mixture of off-road racing and freestyle come together. It's now going to have to proceed onto the starting grid. All about driving to be on the road and water is going to be very hard to steer. So let's do this. And go for 3 seconds on the grid start. Let's go and ride around. Racing in the hovercraft sounds like a lot of fun out there, folks, but it'll have to take skills without giving a whole lot of revving up on the limit.
Isn't it? I had trouble finding the place.
Remote's how we like it. Thanks for lending us your hovercraft.
Thanks for letting me Gator Rush. Hope you don't mind if I crush you.
I don't mind losing if you don't.
Get real. You're both gonna lose to my friend out there.
Oh, looks like this is going to be so rough around to see it. Talk about some dialogue and conversations for Tuck and Sofia. Coming in, take that turn and
wow.
Go grind around.
A lot of inertia on these things. Feels like driving a crab.
It feels like adrenaline, and that's what I'm here for.
It sure does. Alright, now let's get down to it. First lap is now going set sail and grinding around. More like doing some off-road drifting. Come on, keep things up smoothly. Press on in the second lap. There we go. Looks like that wasn't so hard ever since I do a whole lot of training, ever since one live summit event to be exclusive to be using on hovercraft. Not to mention because during the part of the summer season at Lake Mead as a mixed event, it's going to be so awesome to enjoy.
I like this all-in-one vehicle. My pickup doesn't handle this well in swamps.
Only on driving on shallow waters? Well, it'll have to take plenty more grinding around to do some more jet sprint to be mixed together. Alright, halfway there, keep it up and go for the push. Alright, gonna have to break things through. Go for the ground time and get back on the water. Keep it steady as it goes. Make sure keep a good push to be driving on the land and water all together to have a recipe to do some skills of off-road and jet sprint all together. Come on. Time to go inertia. Ooh. There goes the contact. Gonna have to keep that XT3 hold together. And there goes a jump by the airborne. Yeah, looks like all that training work Will might have to do some paid off. Now kick up the nitro and
Like
almost
the view?
there to take the final
In
stretch.
off-road, we leave the beaten path to find the beauty of nature.
In freestyle, we leave the beaten path to find the fun. That's why we like to share our toys.
Oh, please. Get a room, you two.
Yeah, off-road and freestyle just did a whole lot of time.
You folk are a blast.
Thanks. You race like you mean it.
And you race like you need it.
Looks like that makes a whole lot of difference to drive on off-road, to be on the land, and freestyle altogether. So, when receiving any kind of loot when driving a hovercraft discipline, all kinds of different earnings and parts to give a good extra adjusted upgrade to go up in about 80 per level. Depends on the common, rare, epic, and legendary that might have to become in handy to be well used. But it was a lot of fun to try it out to have Hovercraft or have an introduction event since the Gator Rush update. Mostly to have more events to be expanded before Motorplex has been come to be arrived. Alright, looks like the first event is going to be quite very good to be highlighted to have a track layout. Talk about doing some different track of elevation and terrain to be on the land and water altogether, because it's like rallycross racing to be on the tarmac and dirt. But this one is going to have to do an example to drive on land and water altogether when driving a hovercraft discipline. It's going to be very brand new and latest to be having a new type of discipline ever since from Rally Raid, Motocross, and Rallycross discipline before the fourth one to be adding up is going to have a brand new slot just like Street Race and Pro Racing category. So what else am I supposed to do next? Maybe there might be some more events will be available before continue on in the fourth stage of the US Speed Tour East by using a touring car. I guess going back to Florida to be participate to have another round to be on the street race event to be at West Florida Coast and Everglades. Alright, so let's start out to be at Everglades street race event. Will have to be set to be driving in. Enter the gate zone. Now, time to switch things up to have one vehicle to be recommend to be well put up to have also. I might have to go for a different UDRS livery to have Ford Mustang to have a 2015 as a fastback version and 2020 with the same variation design to have all kinds of different blue color. So, gonna have to grab my first car and get ready to go for having a one sprint race to be on the road, rather than gonna have to be on the streets to be at the urban cities. All good to go, ready to rev up, and proceed forward to be on the starting grid.
2, 1.
So here I come and driving in to be racing with European
Drive
cars.
like it means something to you.
So let's go in there and take that road to be on the Everglades for the follow route. Okay, windy road is up ahead. Gonna have to do much more inside turn, just like doing the Apex. But after all, because there might be some very good, excellent event to be driving with European cars after this. Okay, gonna have to keep going. Checkpoint clear and we'll proceed. Part 49 of this walkthrough will have to do all kinds of major comeback by having a follow-up catch-up ever since doing all kinds of good different theme summons. so it'll have to take much more practice and well trained to see how it turns out to become much more capable to be driving on the maximum perk level for every kinds of different vehicles to be in the street race disciplines. So here comes the left turn. Gonna take it, checkpoint clear, and go proceed. There we go. Good quick recovery. Now gonna have to stay on track. Another one clear. So how long does the European car is gonna have to take for exactly under 19 minutes? Okay, there goes the contact. Gonna have to keep that in mind. Okay, looks like in about a few more miles left to go in Everglades before taking the entrance at Miami. Good thing this route on the track is going to be much more fun moment to be on the open road, to hit the street and embrace it, to drive one American muscle car who had to take that challenge. Just like driving the Chevy Corvette CR1 6th generation 2009 back then, but the Ford Mustang will have to take that part of the challenge during this part of the full walkthrough video. Here comes the left turn, and going off the track just to be much more careful to go early brake. Now we have passed by Miami, but it'll have to take a few more miles to go to be in 76% in progression. Go for the boost. Well embrace. Keep driving, and then moving on to take the next spot onto the same route. Almost there, you guys. 10% remaining, and now gonna have to go proceed to be racing in at the finish line near towards the racetrack. But now it's been passed by. Gonna have to go and take the final stretch at the finish line. There you go. 3 minutes 44.712 seconds in first place to have 20,000 bucks added with 601 as well. Gonna have to stop right here. One event complete, one to go. But of course, because any street race discipline will be eligible to participate ever since I collect them all, but almost to be at least to have all kinds of different vehicles will have to be well recommended to have all kinds of different selection by now. Everglades have finished. Next up, West Florida coast will be on the way. Now let's get back onto the same spot. Switch a vehicle to be recommended, but this time a Ford Shelby GT500 2020 is gonna have to do a perfect moment to have a very good, excellent high performance to be packed up and go for the extreme speed to be average. So I have to go on to the filters and choose a Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 to have a perk level by default to be in 203. So let's pick that beast up and get ready to roll to have another round to have the same spot and different location to be raced at the West Florida coast ever since like last time when we raced on any different kinds of Deem Summon. So here I go. This time another round we'll be facing with European car to be on this event. Let's do this. Okay, looks like just barely took a minor setback. Lamborghini Huracan and Gallo, followed by Alfa Romeo 4C, is in the top 3 position. Come on. Gonna have to keep that good horsepower together. all about faster extreme work, and gonna have to do an ordinary street race will have to be much more serious. Okay, checkpoint is now check and clear. There goes another one. It's like I'm gonna have to do one part of the training will have to be well challenging up to be more practice. Okay, looks like just went off the track. Gonna have to get back in. Okay, well, close call. Pretend to be much more physical as a ghost. Alright, there we go. Now, let's resume the chase on the Lamborghini Huracan in first place. And there we go. Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 is in the lead. Now let's go on to be in the highway at the West Florida coast. Is gonna have to do a perfect time to speed things up a bit. So now I'm on 3 seconds behind from the opponent. They'll have to take long because it'll have to be currently to stop at 60% until the next turn will be at the left direction to be at the next road. But here it is right now. Time to go braking in. Maintain the recovery. Going forward. Going faster to be on the horizon. And get back to be on the Avenue Road. Okay, looks like currently to be at 83% in the progression. Now it's 84, 85%. Next turn, go on the left. Let's make our way to be at Tampa City until we're about to be entered at the finish line. Almost there. I bet I'm gonna win this time. And here I am, arriving at New Orleans to be at the Lakeview. Well, good thing just gonna have to be passed by at Tampa City until we're about to be end up here to be at New Orleans. Good job, and looks like we got 1 epic and 3 common to be well received after having 1 regular event is complete. Good job, and good brilliant to have another round of the event is going to be doing a brilliant moment. So let's have a good check on the map and see how it turns out. This part of the layout is going to be very much more fine excellent to be pleased by having 2 spots in 1 location to have different sprint course for Everglades and West Florida coast for only 2 street race events. But I really bet it is going to be quite very excellent to have a perfect starting position right next at Space Center Safe Cracking for a Motorflix The Hunt Rally Raid event. Looks to me because it also makes sense to have a very good excellent when doing a free mode activity. So now 2 events on Street Race Discipline in Miami is going to be quite check and complete before next up on to stage number 4 of the US Speed Tour East Edition. For having a most finest time attack, we'll have to go on a trip places from Dallas, Texas to Santa Fe, New Mexico. So let's go out there and gonna have to go proceed as always. I really bet I could probably have to take a good ordinary training work. We'll have to do a real deal. Time for my Corvette C6R to get ready to roll for another round and take the spotlight. We'll have to go for the pit stop to do a perfect standby until 1 single time attack will have to go begin. So here I come and gonna have to set for another round for having a 5 second until go for the green. Let's go.
Ready for stage number 4 of the US Speed Tour East? Dallas, Texas to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
So you see, whenever you might have to expand a mini-map, if you might gonna have to see one of the 5 new racetracks for this part of the latest update. It turns out to have a very good, excellent layout variation view to be driving around in Dallas, Texas. Will have to take a starting position before moving on in Santa Fe, New Mexico at the finish line. So let's kick up the nitro and beat the main objective time for only new players in the crew too. Checkpoint clear and check. Now gonna have to go proceed to stay on the main road. But we know about the track and the sprint course layout to be well placed on the barrier. Gonna have to drive carefully and beat the elevation by the terrain and tarmac itself. Checkpoint clear and proceed. Come on, keep it up. Find a perfect line and go for the 150 marker board. Will have to be slowed down in the next turn. There you go. Keep it wide open and gonna have to pack up the acceleration. Next turn incoming. Going down and proceed before enter to be at a 90-degree sharp turn in the next route. So watch this, folks. This part of the turn is going to be very tough to handle. Just to have strategy, but avoid having a wall ride is very necessary. Will have to be much more fine careful to be effect. And now, going closer to be at the halfway point in 50% in progression. 2 checkpoints clear. Now here comes the third one. Alright, there we go. Just like that, drive like a true time attacker. We're going places to places, just like having a hypercar event. There we go. Now gonna have to keep going well and drive confident. 3 minutes have passed. Now gonna have to go enter to be located at the Midwest region. So now I'm at Central Woods. Almost there to go in to be at New Mexico before entered by the next date. Going out from the forest, we'll have to be entered to be on the mountain state to be at New Mexico at the opening entrance. There we go. Keep it up and keep it go. Braking always makes to have a good necessarily before we'll have to be at the stopping point to do a special. That's more like it. Going well and gonna have to go hill climbing just like racing in Pikes Peak International. But you might have to be there soon because the Pikes Peak Special in the US Speed Tour East Edition is all about doing a best way. We'll have to go and race to the clouds to have a perfect record to have one single lap. But in the meantime, because during long sprint courses where having a time attack is going to be doing great, with or having a crew will be doing much more fine cooperation. We'll have to join together like you're racing.
And now they are nearly in Santa Fe, ready to navigate its crooked streets between Pueblo-style adobe houses. Have fun.
Perfect stop at the time, and there goes under 30,000 bucks to have a received prize. Good job for having a current part of this race, and mostly to have a perfect stop to be at Santa Fe, New Mexico. Good thing the hottest place out there to be in the desert, and mostly to have one sprint race will have to be set up and go for another round. Now let's go into the menu to have a discipline to be selection before the next event to be at Santa Fe Special. But in the meantime, because having a stopping point during the part of the video will have to be going proceed forward to be in part 50 in the next video. So give me 1 second, because one moment that will have to do any selected organization planning to do a whole lot of perk level to be at least to be around in. So which vehicle should I have to go with? Or I might need to have some extra earnings, we'll have to go double up. Okay, looks like Ferrari F12 Benign Enta might need to do a score breaker. Alright, looks like Chrysler 300 SRT 8 Crown Edition. Good thing I have finally got it from Dominion Rivals Stage 2. Okay, let's see, something might be quite very good to have some extra earnings. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the Lamborghini Gallardo that has extra earnings with a Nitro Chemist. Double check and good to be pleased. Now go for the brand. Time for my Corvette C6 CR1 will be need to have a perfect moment to be on a special. Alright, there's my sweet beauty, and I'm about to go select it as well. Now let's go on to the map. Alright, so looks like Central will have to go for a special for having another round ever since we have raced from Dallas, Texas to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Central Special is actually to have a perfect time to go stopping in to be arrived at Santa Fe before enter to have the next stage on to number 5 is the Rallycross will have hill climb to be located in Colorado. Alright, so I bet I could probably have to go for a special to take on to have a different place to have another round to have a very good brilliant moment to see how one street race will have to take a time attack. Let's have all kinds of water smoke vanity will have to be entered to be on the track. Mostly to have one skill and of course we'll have to do Here I go, you guys. This will be a perfect time to go to the same path just like stage 4 like last time since we have participate.
Ready for the US Speed Tour East? Santa Fe, New Mexico. Racing the city different.
Racing the city different. Oh yeah, looks like it's going to be much more fine opening to be coming out from the woods and enter to be at the desert in the mountain states. So better make sure to keep it up and keep racing to stay clean to be on the same route just like you're racing in a regular event. But that's not all, because all you might need to do is gonna have to grab some bucks by a fix. We'll have to go extra by the earnings. So let's do this, and gonna have to go enter to be on the same path and follow by the route. No barrier at this time, just to be clear and stay on the asphalt into the road. Let's go for drifting and keep it power slide to be stationary. Alright, very good. Just like that. And then we're about to go back in to be on the same location to be entering on Santa Fe. Here I come and go right in to be at the straightaway to be on the Avenue Road. But here it comes. Pull the brake and gonna have to take that right turn before enter to have any kinds of directional that will might have to go improve your time. Close call. Obstacles is very much more necessarily for only one street race discipline. It's about to get a little bit shaded. talk about doing a perfect time to cool down by the temperature, but good thing November has arrived, but December will be coming soon before the next update on Season 7 of Motorflix. Gonna have to keep up the nitro. Gonna have to ace that course, and then I'm all good. Entering Arch Park Trail, you guys. Oh yeah, looks like my Corvette is still doing great and much more extremely to be on the clean racing to stay on track. But that's not all. The final stretch at the finish line to be at the straightaway.
There we go. Past the last checkpoint. The finish line is right ahead to win the stage.
Here comes the bridge, and made it on time to have 2 minutes 55.15 seconds to be having a new record for only one Corvette to have a first attempt. Good job, and almost there to be at 1945 icon level. I'm so very good and well thrilled to have one time attack event to be at Santa Fe. Wow. Good thing driving on the dry roads and proceed to be going back onto free mode to be on the wet surface. Good thing that the water spot penalty to be on the smoke is going to be quite good to be soak up the fun. Now looks like Central Special is going to be take place to be at Central Woods West for having a street race event. That will be much more great to have. Part 50 will be set to be scheduled for coming up in the next video. So I bet I should probably might have to do part 50 in the next video. We'll have to be racing around to have New Mexico around in Santa Fe. Plus a rallycross will have to be ready to start out to be leaving on stage number 5 to go to Pikes Peak. But that's not all, because Arch Park Trail in the air race discipline will be needed as well. Time to wrap this up, you guys. The next video will have to be waiting in soon enough until I'll have to get ready to go on. Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platform like Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platform like Instagram, DeviantArt, Twitter, GT Planet, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with card livery, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time to continue on in the journey for the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.